Hello farmers and welcome back to Chambergo. Yes, we are in March, the first month of spring. And yeah, we're coming on down to the store. I have just leased the Vultra modded planter slash drill that can pretty much plant everything. And that is what I need for today because I got a lot of planting to do. Usually I would just get the Horsch avatar planter. Oh, sorry, that would be a drill, direct drill. But this year I want to plant sorghum, and the drill cannot do sorghum. I'm hitting everything that I possibly can getting out of here. Yeah, I just got done streaming for 6 hours on Forza Horizon 5, and now I'm coming in to play Farming Sim, and quite contrast to simulator games. I just can't just barrel my way through all that stuff. But yeah, anyways, I would usually get the Horsch avatar so I can plant the cereal crops, but this year, since we got another big field, I want to plant sorghum as well. So 4 different crops. All crops can go down to the grain mill to make flour and be sent to the bakery to make bread. And, well, the avatar, just can't do sorghum. So this one can. This one can do all 4. So gonna get yourself some worker planting this stuff. Today it's gonna be wheat, barley, and oats. Let me get around this corner here. There we go. I think I'm all set. So let me put this on wheat. There we go. So it's $5,600 to lease this. I'm pretty sure it's going to cost me a little more to keep it over. We're going to get a worker going because I'm hoping I can put narrow tires on our Crystal Zader tractor. Put some narrow tires on that. I need to go do some soil sampling in one of our grass fields, and then I need to go over to field number 25, our new field that we just bought, and get that all set for soil sampling, lime spreading, get it all set for the sorghum. That's where the sorghum's going to go. Let's work our way up here. So this grass field in front of us, that's the one I need to get soil sampling done. Now you may be asking, if you're new to Chambergo, why narrow tires to go into a grass field? Well, in Chambergo, if you go into a grass field when it's ready for harvest, crop destruction. I'm not sure if it's the modder's choice for the map for crop destruction on grass, but we have it. So I'm not sure if narrow tires is going to do anything for us. I don't know. Only one way to find out, and that will be to go on in. Solid fertilizer, just fill it on up. And then seed, fill it on up. All right, I think we're good to go. We'll try to do a little bit of crop rotation for our fields. So what was in this field last year? I kind of want to say barley. It was oats. All right, so we can put wheat in this field. That's good. Go ahead and unfold it. And then, of course, we'll get course play up and running. All right, no courses. So, yeah, my apologies for not 2 videos last week. I was out of town for 3 days, so I did not get a chance to get the second episode out, so hopefully you understand. Number of headlands, I think we'll do 2. Overlap of 5. I think that would be fine. But we're back at it. Yeah, as I'm recording this, I didn't even get really a chance to check on mods. And the last time I checked on mods for Farm Sim 25 was when I streamed New Hope last week. So it's been about 5 or 6 days since I've even been on the mod hub. So I have no idea what's come out. I did see some updates for the mods I have, so I did that. But other than that, I haven't checked on the mod hub at all. How long is that going to take you? About 20 minutes or so. Everything's looking good here. Make sure the worker doesn't stop. And let's see, we got, it says weeds large. Oh, well, we'll take care of that either way. The Crystal Zader. Oh, yeah, I also got this stuff I need to get on down to the production buildings. Which also does remind me. Where is it here? How much money do I have in fabric? 75 grand currently. 45.88. So the price is still going up. That's good. If I can get by another month, actually next month will be the month I would need to mow the grass. So I should have enough, I think, to be able to buy the butterfly mowers, I think. We'll take care of this a little later on. Yes, this is the fellow we need here. I'm hoping I can put narrow tires. Are these... maybe these are narrow tires. I doubt it. Let me just double check. We still got destruction when I drive in the grass, right? Or am I just... Did that get fixed? Or did I not go far enough into the field? This is ready for harvest, right? Yes, it is. Maybe it's got to be at the full height. Maybe. Oh, yeah, the other thing I got to check. Did I... Oh, there's no data set found. So I was like, how come it's not showing me about being fertilized? Well, your soil is out of date. You kind of forgot about that part. Won't show you. All right, let's go with the soil sampler. So maybe I want to put narrow tires on this. Or maybe these are classified as narrow tires. I don't know. But either way, the grass is not being destroyed. So I'm happy with that. Soil sampler. Oh, where? Oh, there you are. Hiding in this corner, not the other corner. Yeah, so this year we got field number 25, which is now our... You actually want to connect to that? That would be nice. Field number 25 now is our biggest field. So that'll be very good. Yeah, we're going to have more flour than what our bakery can handle. That's for darn sure. I was trying to figure out, and I think we'll have to wait until I go through the year. Do I want to keep distributing the flour when we're making it? Because the bakery is not going to be able to handle it. And maybe just put it on storing and we'll sell some flour. Just put a whole bunch of flour in the bakery, then store some. Then I can sell it this upcoming winter. I could do that. Going to need the mini map for this. Alright, so far everything's looking just fine. So this is a modded soil sampler, so I got it to where it covers double the area. So today is all about getting the wheat, barley, and oats in. And then also prepping field number 25 for sorghum in April. And that's when we'll plant the sorghum in there. And then, of course, we'll also get the grass cut. I think with the grass, I think the first cut will be all silage. The second cut, I may keep some grass bales for the sheep and goats. We're starting to go through that grass a little bit more. But just doing one field of, when I do get some grass bales for the sheep and goats, we can do one field as grass bales and the other field as silage. 8 bales, roughly, we get about 7 bales off of both fields. But one field as bales, 7, will be enough to feed them for quite a while. Alright, field number 25. Around we go. Not really sure I know how to get to field 25. I don't know roughly where it is. Is this the... Is it the one right in front of... Is it this one? Is it actually this one? Nope, that's 24. 25 is the one across the other way. Oh, wow. Looks like that Voltra and... Well, it's a Voltra and Voltra. Is planting along quite fast. Good to see. Let me just double check, make sure I'm in field number 25 now. There we go. That's what we want to see. So when we bought this, I think the overall yield in this field should be 110% from the soil that was telling us it was here. Now it all depends on where the soil is. Grab another sample here. Yeah, so purchase-wise, I think the butterfly mower, because I am using that 3 times a year, and every time I lease it, you know, it's a little, almost $8,400 each time, so I'm spending $25,000 a year leasing the mower. I mean, at that point, it'd be good to be able to have it on the farm and not have to lease it all the time. We got everything else. Then after I purchase that, it could be a number of things that I would be looking for. Another decent tractor for the farm would be nice. When I say decent, like 300 horsepower or so. I don't need nothing as big as a Vultra, but like when I get this done, I would like to spread lime on the field. And really, the Vultra is going to be busy planting. Our other tractor... Wait, is that the Zader Crystal? This is the same tractor, isn't it? Isn't this the same tractor? Here, let me send those samples in. And also will fold this up because I don't want to accidentally hit soil sample because I'll have to resend it back in. I get that. This is the Virtuous same tractor. The Zader Crystal is the one up at the sheep and goat pen. Yeah, but this doesn't have enough juice, I don't think, to do the lime. $1,650 for the soil samples. So we should be all good now. Let me just double check on that. If I go to here, anything out of date, that's looking good. These 2 fields will probably need to be done next year. Yeah, but everything is looking good. Let's get back over to the soil types, and that's what our soil types looks like in that field. So, yeah. We're going to try to grab the lime spreader and come over here and do that. I'm not sure what the horsepower requirement is for the spreader. You are blocked by an object. Can Courseplay figure it out on its own? Well, the block object sign is gone. So either it gave up and one of the Franks quit rather quick, or it figured it out. Where is my lime spreader? So yeah, getting another tractor with about 300 horsepower would be good, and also upgrading the combine. That's the least of my concerns. And yeah, also at some point getting ourselves our own drill. But leasing the drill, if I, like I said, you know, if I can plant everything in 1 month or 2 months, then I'm still okay by leasing it, because it's not going to be too bad. Let's scooch on over here. Again, as for getting money, we're not doing greenhouses on this series. I really got more productions already than I thought I would have. I really don't want to get any more either. I kind of want... my farming simulator series, I'm trying to go slower on them, which sounds kind of weird. Maybe to some people, but... yeah, when I start bringing in a lot of cash, that's when the playing on the farm gets... it loses its fun for me a little bit, because if I got a whole bunch of money, I can just buy anything at any time, which is kind of nice at some point, but then if I don't have nothing to work to, it kind of just takes away for building up the farm. Yeah, you're probably not going to like going uphill too much, are you? Well, if I go slow, it's probably going to overspread the line, which is not the best thing to happen, but it doesn't hurt the yield too much. But I'm actually surprised it's actually going uphill with a full load of lime. All right, so next time, my worker is going to need 3 headlands for that field for, let's see, that's 11 meter wide. The horse avatar is a 12, so it's going to need 3 headlands in the future. Well, this is going to take a while at the pace I'm going at. Going uphill is going to be slow, but going downhill is not going to be too bad. But, yeah, let's go ahead and get this done, and then we can move on. I got to double check the grass field I did the soil sampling in, because I cannot remember if I put fertilizer down on my grass fields or not. I thought I did. This poor little tractor is doing way more on the farm than what I originally asked it to do, which was just move some stuff around the farmyard here and there, and maybe just some soil sampling and maybe some weed killing and stuff like that. No, I've been asking it to bale, rat bales, lime spread. I just ask it to do everything. My other worker has finished. Yeah, they kind of struggled with the stone wall on one end of the field, but they said they got the job done. And my job is just about done putting lime in this field. So this is all set for sorghum. And voila. I'll fold that up, get this back to the farm. I will see how much seed and fertilizer I have, and we will go drill field number 33, and I'll probably put oats in that one. I'll have to double check, but I think it's going to be oats. It's either oats or barley, one of the two. Let's go ahead and get this in place. Climb the wall. No, let's not climb the wall. All right. Let's get to the Voltra. Oh, it's got plenty. It's got plenty of everything. Yeah, it looks like they may have missed a tiny little spot, but overall they did a good job. Alright, so this field here was wheat. Yep, so barley will go in that one. We're going to go ahead and plant oats now. So this was the drill I used early on in the series, just because it does all types of crops, and I was probably mixing and matching with canola at the time and other crops. But now I'm just trying to get, you know, where I could take the crop and make it into something else, because we get more money out of it that way. Yeah, some straw left over from last year. Didn't really pick it all up, but overall we got most of it. This drill, if you're wondering, is on the mod hub, but I made a slight modification to this particular mod. I think the original mod, it comes with a working speed of 7 miles an hour, and I bumped it up to 11. And I just remembered on my live stream series, New Hope, which I should be streaming, if you're watching this exactly when it goes live, I should be streaming New Hope later on today. But yeah, I need to remind myself to download the Kenzie planter, because I need to plant some vegetable crops in that. We're going to be doing carrots, and well, I think I need it just for carrots. I think that's the plan anyways. Yeah, I'm going to be doing some vegetables in that series. So if you've been looking for some vegetable harvesting, I will be, or farming at all, I will be doing some on New Hope later today where I'll be planting it. I don't think I'll get to harvest season in this stream today, but don't know. Sometimes the work goes faster than I thought it would. And by the way, I did check the sale page when I logged in here into Chambergo, because I didn't quite remember what was there, and it was one item, and one item only. And yeah, we're not doing anything. I think it was a forage mixer that picks up silage off the ground, I do believe. One of those mixers. It's like, yep, we're not doing any of that here, so we are good. So you saw when I was putting lime down in field number 25, it's a pretty big field. Like I said, it's now our biggest field. It's good that when you're adding land to your farm, and the one that you're adding is now your biggest field. The farm is really starting to bring in some money. And also, I do believe this year, I think it's sometime this year, that our loan will be paid off, right? I got 5 more months on the loan, so yeah. Just as we get into harvest season or early fall, we won't have that payment to make at midnight anymore. But that loan allowed us to do quite a bit of changes here on the farm. Uncle Walter, yeah, we came here. He had some starting stuff for us to get going. But I didn't feel it was sufficient enough for what we were going to do. And we swapped out some equipment. Mostly the loan paid for this Vulture tractor that we're in. And as you can see, I already got just a little over 17 hours on it. But it has allowed us to do so much on the farm. I'm actually surprised, though, it does struggle when our grain trailer is full, which is about 25,000 liters, give or take, when it's, well, going uphill. But yeah, for a 420 horsepower tractor, I was surprised it did struggle as much as it does. So both of these fields, well, actually all of our fields, as far as I know, will have weeds in them in the following month. Not too sure about the new field because I don't know if they plowed it recently or what they did with it. So maybe they won't get no weeds this year. I don't know. But the 3 fields that are right here that we've had before, you can see the stubble in the fields. So yeah, we're going to get weeds in those. But that's okay. We got our See and Spot weed sprayer. I should also check, because I know I got to bring it down this month, of course, but I want to make sure it is running, is the spinnery. Yes, we still got 3,000 liters in there, so it is running. I was ready to say, if that was actually empty right now, I would stop drilling and get that wool on down there to get that process up and going. But it's got wool in it to produce into some fabric. It's going to be a nice little payday next month or later this month, depending on when the high price gets for fabric. Yeah, so I think the things I mentioned earlier and what I want to purchase for the farm, butterfly mower, hopefully we can do it next month. But also I don't want to get myself to where financially I put myself in a bind. I don't think I will. I think selling the fabric next month, that will get us enough to buy the butterfly mower. It will drain our bank account quite a bit, but by making all the silage bales next month, which I would sell in May, I'm going to get like $60,000 from those bales, so I'll get our money back up. But yeah, buy the butterfly mower and then see if I can get a deal on a used tractor at some point. That has about 300 horsepower. I could use one of the tractors from the Plains and Prairie pack. Those are, because they're older models, they're relatively cheap for the amount of horsepower that they give. I did for a little while have a Ford tractor on the New Hope series, but being a manual gear shift and how hilly it is on that map, it was causing some problems. So maybe here I could purchase one of those. Like I said, they're not too expensive. I mean, it's not going to be like buy the butterfly mower and then a month and a half from then be able to buy a brand new Ford vintage tractor for the farm. And then, yeah, probably an upgraded combine. Because let me know, the combine we have does okay. But yeah, upgrading it to the next step up would be nice. I guess it'd be like a coin toss between the tractor and a harvester. I guess if one came up for sale, that would be determined like, okay, I guess that's what's next. But definitely, I think next month the butterfly mower. I'm like 95% sure on that. Another suggestion was plant some trees and just put a sawmill down to bring in some money. But again, I know people are trying to help to get the money coming on in. Yep, we're in year 6, but I want to be on Chambergo for a while. We're not even at episode 30. And it used to be my series would go 70 to 100 episodes on a map. And it seems like so far in FS25, while the only recorded series I've done is actually Penye, and that series actually ended kind of short because the money came in too darn fast. Yeah, that's why I said, okay, well, no doing contracts on this map, and try to limit yourself on productions and animals. And someone did ask on that because they left a comment about a month or so ago on the Penye series. They were asking about, let me get this over to Barley, by the way. Barley? I probably won't buy it. About the challenge I was doing on that map where we can only buy from the used section. I'll probably do that again in 25. But of course not right away. And I can't remember if I talked about in the series, the New Hope map, the live stream series. That map will be coming to an end when Kingley comes out in early November. So, yeah, if you're interested about the Highland expansion that comes out in about a month, that'll be on the live stream. New Hope will end, and we'll dive into the new map with the onions and also the fishing, all that kind of stuff. It's going to be interesting to see exactly how I haven't really looked at any of the videos on how the fishing is done yet. I figured I don't want to amp myself up for it when it's still, at the time, so far away. And knowing me, I probably would forget how to do it by the time it came out anyways. So wheat in that field over there, as you know, oats behind us, and now barley is going into this one. I just want to get the headland done on this one, and then I'm going to go grab our tractor up at the sheep and goat pen. We're going to load up with the pallets that are there and bring those on down, so we make sure that we got plenty of wool. I don't want to get too busy here in March and forget about bringing that down, or it gets to that wool rather quickly. I don't think it will. But if it does, I want to make sure I got more than enough wool in there so it keeps on making fabric. Also, the goat cheese. I think in June that price might be up there, so also want to make sure that's going. It's always nice to get the crop back into the ground. Seeing a field with stubble and old weeds from the previous winter always just... I mean, I don't mind the look of it, but it's just like, I need to get crop back in. It looks so much better when you got the drill going and you're getting it done in one pass. That's what a direct drill will do for you. Oh yeah, and someone did ask about these olives right next to us. I'll leave that up to Uncle Walter years down the line here in Chambergo if we're going to get into the olives. I did olives on Dark Forest on the live stream series, but that was the orchard, if you will, not by trees. All right, we'll leave that there. Let's go up to here. Why did I leave the trailer parked like that? I'm not sure. Careful turning. It looks like I may have auto stacked that. And you know what? I'm probably just going to go ahead and auto stack this as well. Are we too far away, or is it just loaded weird? How about if I unload it, and we will reload it and see if it stacks better. Maybe we'll grab everything. Interesting. Why won't it grab these here? Got plenty of room in the back of the trailer. Well, we'll load these on. I was going to load them up manually, but as I'm recording tonight, I got a little bit of time left before I have to be somewhere. And since I already tried auto-loading them, I don't think anyone's going to mind if I use a little bit of super strength and get these on here. That's kind of like as snug as a bug in a rug, as they say. Are we all strapped in everywhere? I think so. So what we end up with, we got, wow, that's a lot of wool. 16,000 liters of wool. And almost 7,000 liters of goat's milk. Alright, I'm going to mosey on down to the production buildings. We'll get the wool in. And then we'll go put the milk in. And I will just double check on some prices for the goat's milk. I don't think when I was checking the page earlier that I was in dark green. But if it's anywhere decent, I may go sell some. Got very close on the last corner of almost tipping over. The trailer was on just the right-hand side axles. But luckily enough, we did not tip over at all. Oh yeah, also someone was mentioning getting back on getting some more money for the farm. About the collectibles. Why haven't we gone around collect the rest of the collectibles? Because we did gather a couple. Which they did remember. But we're going on, we're only allowed to collect collectibles that it's on land that we own. So we just can't go around and grab all of them. So we got to purchase the land. And I can't purchase the land, grab the collectible, and then resell the land. Can't do that. It's got to be land that we keep. So I think we found 2 or 3 of them. I did buy lot number 25. I have no idea if there's a collectible on it or not. If there is a collectible on lot number 25 or 33, because I haven't looked around 33 either, do let me know. And I'm raising the forks on the front loader because in order to get all this milk in, I got to kind of hug the stone wall fence over here. I did see there was an update to the mod for the Hide Objects mod. And some people said that can create lag on maps. So I've been hesitant to use it. But I have found ways around a lot of the stuff that we're doing here. Oh good, that went on in. So I found out that I can go around with the autoloader and grab the goat cheese when it's ready on the backside. We got enough room with the fence being there and everything. And I'm just trying to circle around so I can get back on out when I need to. Right, we'll put that on down. We'll turn those off. Turn that off. Let me check on the goat cheese. What is that looking like? 1876. That price is not bad. I get 14,000 instead of 14,300. Do you want to go sell that? I think we shall. But now you're kind of bunch yourself up here to exit and not go get the cheese. But let's go get the cheese. We'll go sell that. That 15,000 or 14,000. Well, it's going to be close to like 16,000 because I got the environmental score bonus. I may need that to buy the butterfly mower next month. That fabric may not quite cut it. Because don't forget, I am going to lose some money for wager fees for doing... Well, I think I'll be doing the rest of the work this month. But yeah, I will have the loan payment overnight along with production costs. I don't know how much more I'm going to have in here. I don't think I'm going to have a whole lot more. Oh, 3 more pallets, I guess. That should be it. Yes, it is. And the farmer's market gets everything, as far as I'm concerned here. Let's throw the beacons back on. Gotta double check if my alternating beacon lights mod is on. Looks like they're always in sequence. So this is going to get us close back up to 120,000. And I think the butterfly mower is 174. May have to double check on that. So we're up to 118,131. Let me just check on that butterfly mower. And got to put that on it. 164. All right. Yeah, so that should be doable. Again, the sale page, well, they did add a logging trailer. Yeah, while we're here, let me just have a look at, I hate to say large tractors, but 171, that's 470 horsepower. So the 976 Versatile Ford, or the Versatile, either one. I'll probably go with a Ford. I like the looks of the Ford colors better than the Versatile. Sorry, Versatile fans, I just looks more. I like this more, and I do see Ford tractors around where I live. A lot of old Ford tractors. So yeah, 133,000. Is there any wheel brand, wheel setup, front weight, additional weight? Yeah, so not a whole lot we can add to it. So the price is going to be roughly right around there. So that's not too bad. And that's a power shift, not a manual shift. I think this is what I had on New Hope. That's a manual. This is a power shift. I wonder if that would do better than the manual shift. Not too sure. What is that one? That is 300 to 400 horsepower. But that would be $100,000 more. I can't remember. Is any in the medium? I got the Fendt Vario pack. And, of course, we do got the Mercedes, which I haven't used any of the Mercedes yet. These are medium. What horsepower do they get? Up to 180. Those are manual as well. Manual. Well, something to think about. But the butterfly mowers first. But yeah, so today we got a couple fields planted. We got one more to plant here in March. We'll do that at the beginning of next episode. We will get the rest of this barley in, right? Yeah, barley. We'll get the rest of the barley in. And everything else has been taken care of. And then we can skip on to the month of April where we'll hire a worker probably to plant the sorghum. And I will probably be in the Valtra. Got Versatile in the mind now. And we'll be cutting our 2 grass fields because they'll be at full height. And we'll make those in the silage bales after we buy the butterfly mower. Fingers crossed. But yeah, anyways, that is going to wrap it up for today. If you're still here, don't forget about the like button. It helps me out more than you know. Thumbs down button's right next to it. You can hit that if you like to. But leave me a comment as to why, but no one ever does that. And if you're new here and like this kind of content, you might want to think about hitting that subscribe or notification bell so you don't miss out on more content like this. But yep, that's going to wrap it up for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in Chambergo. But until then, have a good one.